Hello, good morning, good afternoon or good evening wherever you are in the world watching this week's edition of Something for the Weekend. Hope you're all keeping well. Slight change of scenery for the motorcyclists amongst us, and there's lots of us in amateur radio, I've noticed. That certainly helped when I opened a motorbike store about 20 years ago in London. I'm at Newlands Corner in Surrey. You look it up on your map. It's a beauty spot, and I'll do a quick video in a minute of the lovely rolling hills of the Surrey Hills that I'm sitting opposite. In the car park, in a bench, very quiet. It's 10:30 in the morning, not that early, but had breakfast with my brother and thought I'd do the video from here. So first off, hope you're all keeping well and safe and enjoying the sunshine. Really is hot, as you can see. It's 35 degrees yesterday. There is an end to it. Apparently it's going to be thunder and lightning tonight, and it's going to rain at the weekend, which is interesting because I've got an outdoor event in my little garden at home on Sunday. Probably not the best day. Right, first up, Wouxun. My old friends Wouxun in China. They've been beavering away making a new version of the KG-UV8. There it is, you've seen this before. What you haven't seen is a 2 and 4 metre version. Yes, you're looking at the first, actually we've got two of these samples, 2 and 4 metre 5-watt dual band portables. Comes with a dual band antenna, 4 metres and 2 metres. Told them to dish 70 and stick 4 metres on it instead. So if you're looking for a 2 and 4 metre handheld, these will be available from our store soon. You can actually pre-order. I haven't got a final price on it yet, but knowing Wouxun or Wouxun, as it's meant to be pronounced, it's going to be very, very good value. Typical Wouxun quality, nice and solid die-cast alloy case, you see that? Easy to use, colour display, so bright I'll show you the display, but yes, it does suffer a little bit in daylight. What you get in the box, manual in English, and their English is pretty good, base charger, UK charger with 3-pin plug, carry strap, and the belt clip. So standard stuff that you get in any Wouxun handheld. So that's the new Wouxun KG-UV8H. Dual band, dual frequency, dual display, dual standby, etc, etc. Check that out on our website. So for those of you that have bought or pre-ordered the IC-705, of course, or any other rig without 4 metres on it, doesn't matter. You can buy a Wouxun for a fraction of the price, and if you want 4 metres, there it is. Nice piece of kit, really solidly built too. Right, next up, I'm going to do a walk around the store, because as promised last week in the write-up, when we did our little live stream of the 705, it was going to be a walk around, and several of you were sitting there waiting, and for some bizarre reason they didn't. So when I finished here, I'm whizzing off to our superstore in Staines, and I'm going to walk around the used, which they're very busy at the moment, beavering away, finishing labelling up, but there's so much of it's untrue. Another subject, the Sony ICF-7600. No, don't worry, I haven't got a fresh new batch of these. This is Bernie G4AOG's one that he very kindly donated. We should have actually put this to bed about a week ago. For those of you that have very kindly donated through our Just Giving page on ML&S, Martin Lynch and Sons, we reached £1,000. So thank you very much to all of those of you that donated. We actually set a target of 150, so there's a lot of very, very generous people out there. This will be winging its way to one of the many donators. What's today? It's Thursday, so it's going to go out to one of you tomorrow if we get the addresses off you. And we've got call signs and names, so one of you will be contacted and this will be sent. It is as scruffy as anything, but as you know, it works. And even with the aftermarket whip that he put on, because that isn't the right one, it doesn't quite fold down properly, but thank you very much to all of those that donated for Alzheimer's and dementia, vascular dementia. That really completely surpassed all that we thought. So far as stocks are concerned, very good on a lot of products. We've still got shortages on others, Kenwood have still yet to deliver. They've definitely fallen behind in the delivery states. Their factories unfortunately were closed down longer than most, but they are up and running. We will see deliveries starting at the end of this month, which has got to be good news for those of you that have been waiting so long. Lots of accessories are still available. Lots of antennas aren't, especially diamond. They seem to be very, very badly hit with COVID. Trying to get delivery dates out of diamond is not easy, putting it mildly. We had a huge delivery from Yaesu on Friday last week, absolutely huge. In fact, that actually arrived when we were doing the live stream video. So very, very well stocked on Yaesu, bar things like FT818s. They'll be coming through, I think, next week. So I'm pleased to say we've got probably the world's best-selling QRP transceiver back in store next week. 705s are still on song to come in, hopefully at the end of this month, early next, which has got to be good. Lots and lots of orders, and certainly even more so since we put the video out a couple of weeks ago showing off the first unit into the UK. So thanks to all of those that responded to that. That's it. I think what I'm going to do now is pack up all this gear, get in my little motor car, and show you all around the second-hand kit. But before then, I'm just going to get hold of the camera and show you what I'm looking at, bar a load of cars. There's no nice motorcycles here, by the way, because it is a Thursday. On Saturdays and Sunday mornings at about 8:30, it's endless for the motorcyclists amongst you. But there again, if you live locally, you know that anyway. And if you do ride safe, because don't fall off, because you don't want to bog up the NHS anymore. So I'm just going to get the camera off this and hold it like that. You can see the little setup I've got here. I'm going to gingerly wander off and hopefully not get any of my gear nicked as I'm walking off. And there is the Surrey Hills, if you can see that in the distance. Right, we're back in the shop, in the store in Staines, and we're open, a bit quiet at the moment, but our new display stand with lots and lots of products on show, so you're welcome to come along. It's work in progress, we're always altering things. Just show you this Uniden scanner, the SDS-200E. That really is their flagship scanner at the moment. We have one of those with a massive saving off list price, £300 in fact. So if you are looking at investing in the SDS-200E, we have got, it's not used, it's brand new, but it was a cancelled order from a commercial customer. So that's there amongst lots of new and used items in our little display cabinet. So follow me and we'll, as promised, look at the used equipment we have. First up is the rather fantastic, I can't remember ever seeing an ICR71 in the condition that this is in. I used to sell these back in the early 80s at you know where, and this really is mint. I'll just show you there. 30 kilohertz to 30 megs, keyboard entry, solid die cast aluminium panel. They really used to over engineer everything in those days, Icom, as indeed most manufacturers did. Passband tuning on a receiver, which is rather nice. Bright blue display when it's lit, fluorescent backlit. And it's even got the RC11 remote control, not just the box, but the remote controller. So it's got that fitted. Original box, book and packing, £599. So top money, but if you're looking for a really well-built communications receiver with its own built-in power supply incidentally, then I'd totally recommend that. That's the ICR71E used. Going along, FT-1000MP Mark V field. This was brought out by Yaesu in the 90s. They did a 200 watt version and a field version. The field version is 100 watts, and this has got the built-in power supply. Again, in incredible condition, really is. There's a little mark on the, see that, just there, sort of a plasticized cover that they used to put on Yaesu in those days. But that's the FT-1000 Mark V field, HF, 100 watts, tuner, power supply all built in, 999. Those were £2,000 and a bit, £2,500 when they were new. And we've actually got the matching speaker, which I'm just going to wander over here with, and there it is, the SP8. There was one sitting next to it, but this is actually, again, amazing condition, and that's £99. That's the SP8. Is in good a condition as the radio itself. We split it because not everybody wants a speaker, so if you're looking for the matching speaker for your FT101 Mark V or field, that's the one to look at. TS-2000Es, yes, we've got some more. The TS-2000E, as you know, is all band, top band to 70 SEMS with an optional 23 SEMS card. This hasn't got 23. Again, it's in good condition, £899. And if we bring it out, there you go. You can see that. It's a very weird way of doing this. And they're really heavy. They finally stopped making those last year. So that was the longest running transceiver that Kenwood, Trio Kenwood, or JVC Kenwood now, ever made. Going down from there, the Kenwood TS-2000S, again HF only and 6 meters, whereas the 2000 is HF 2, 6, 17, all the rest. This is in lovely nick. There's a few scratches on the top, you can see there, just there. £649, that's a nice radio for 649 quid. 12 volts input, as most of the rigs are. Acom 1200Ss, yes, we have one that's absolutely like brand spanking new. Don't often get these in used. In fact, I can never keep enough of them in stock, new, let alone used. 2299, so it's saving on the new price. And that's complete, I think, with box and packing. Yes, it is. So that's the 1200S from Acom, fully solid state, no fiddling about with valves, beautifully made with a milled aluminium front panel. I mean, there's no rubbish on Acom, you know, it's as beautifully built and constructed inside as it is outside. So that's 2299. The TS-480 SAT, another radio that Kenwood no longer make, but a popular beastie nevertheless. Remote head, comes with all the leads, as you can see, in great condition, and that's £700. You just literally stick that body out the way and have the head unit up near you. Yes, you can use it mobile, but to be honest with you, most people use them in the shack. IC-7600, the predecessor to the 7610. The 7610 is still £3 grand. Just forego a few additional features for a hell of a lot less money. Only £12.99 buys you that. Again, in excellent condition. Boxed, I do believe, yes, book. That's £1,299. There's some marks on the back there, as you can see. PS15 rather. This was the power supply that came out matching the IC735, you remember those? And yes, we have one of those upstairs. It's just arrived, but it hasn't been tested. That's a Minter, and that will probably appear next week. Standard lead out, the old 6-pin DC plug, if you can see that. And that's £99, so 735 in any of the older IC720, 701. Revex W560 is very random. This is, by the way, it's set out all over the place, but at least we've got loads of lovely used stock. Look, masses of it. That's what happens when you open the store up again. Revex, I don't think are no longer a manufacturer. Well, unfortunately, the Japanese manufacturers that went out years and years ago. Nice little meter, 200 watts, 20 watts, and 3 watts for the QRP merchants. So PEP as well by pulling this out. Forward and reflective power, £49. And dual antenna input as well, as you can see. So you've got 2 meters on the left hand side, 140 to 150. Whoops. Sorry, 140 to 525, so 270 on the left port, and there's a switch there to go over from 1.8 to 160, so you can have both sets of antennas wired up at the same time, and then just a switch on the back. MC-60A, the Kenwood microphone for the TS-2000 that's sitting next to it. MC-60 is a dynamic microphone, gets its feed from the 8-pin socket on the front, £79, so quite a big saving over list. CN801H, don't often see these second hand. 1.8 to 200 megs, as you can see, and 200 watts, and that is a big meter. Let me show you that. You can see the size of it. That's a nice size meter. A couple of SO239s on the top. In stock, £79, so again a big saving over list. FTDx1200 in absolutely stunning condition, that is, £17.99, 200 watts output, HF and 6 meters again, built-in power supply, £17.99. They're still available new at £3 and a bit grand, so if you want to save yourself a load of money, there is the 5000, and that's in really good nick. FTDx1200 by Yaesu. They actually pulled the plug on these not so long ago. I think they couldn't actually make them for the money. Because it was a very, very popular machine. We managed to grab the last of the new stock, not sure whether we got any left, but we have a mint one at £699, and obviously being the Yaesu distributor and repair house, we can certainly look after Yaesu as well as we can Kenwood and Icom. Talking of Icom, what about a nice little IC-7000? Amazing piece of kit that Icom bought out years ago. TFT colour screen here. This one's in very nice condition, £699. That's boxed and definitely worth a look. HF 2, 6 and 70. CT-17, the level converter. Crikey, they were making these in the early 80s, and I think they've only just stopped making them now. £79 if you need one of those. Don't see many of these second hand. In fact, I think this is the first one I've ever seen. This is a remote ATU by Acom, the 04AT at £799, and that is absolutely like new. It's beautiful condition. Bit of a boring looking box, I'll admit, but that's an external remote tuner for some of their big amplifiers. Another TS-2000X this time. Mentioned the one earlier there for £899. We've actually got one with a 23 SEMS module in. Rare as hell, especially as they don't make it anymore, and that is £11.99. Let's just pull this out and look at the condition of it. A few minor marks on the top which you might be able to see, but certainly front panel wise that's in lovely condition. DFK 3D, the detachable front panel kit. Don't make them anymore, but we've got a used one. Whether it is used, it probably is, but that's £25. W2IHY 8-band equaliser, big saving over new price if you want to really tailor your transmit audio at £249. There's the original box. Another MC-60 that's completely and utterly brand new, and that's £109. The MyDEL power supplies that we've been selling for years. Transformer power supply with no switch mode if you want a nice quiet transformer linear power supply, they refer to them as, and they are at 75 quid, so that's 20 or 25 pounds off list price. SM30, what the matching desk microphone for the 7300 and all the rest of it. We can't even get them in new at the moment. We're still waiting for them to arrive from Icom, and there is a used one at £79. So grab it because you can't buy them new. ELECRAFT K3 1795. This one is fitted with, my goodness me, 100 watt sub receiver, tuning unit, voice recorder, 400 hertz main filter and 500 hertz sub filters. Full specs on the website. That's the ELECRAFT K3, and I see we've got the ELECRAFT K3 here with the Cat 500, the matching 500 watt tuner, and the matching KPA 500 as well. That's available from stock, used. Going over here, another IC-7000, complete with, no box for this one, but again in very, very good condition. I pulled this out earlier. That really is nice. There you go, that's the Icom IC-7000. So 2 of those. They're rare, but we got 2. And that's available at $699. LF-30A, the Kenwood filter, low pass filters, TVI filter, £35 is probably what they were new about 20, 30 years ago. That's in good condition, look at that. If I can get that in focus. With the box, I think they're 100 or 200, no, 1 kilowatt, crikey, got that wrong, didn't I? 1 kilowatt through power PP. Right, mention that. I think that's it really. Oh, we've got the DM990. For those of you who've got a TS-990, the big Kenwood flagship base station, LDG stopped manufacturing this a few years ago. We still get asked for them new. Well, there is a used one in great nick for £125. So if you want a massive SWR meter and power meter and S meter, have a look at our used DM990, 125 quid. Actually got a used MFJ 993 as well, 199, that's £150 off list price. MFJ 993. FT-7900, dual band 2 and 77s, or twin band should I say, so it's one or the other, and that's 175. Oh, if we can get that in, there you go, there it is there. So lots and lots of used at the moment. Come and have a look at the store, we are open, just come in, ding the bell, somebody will come out and see you. Because the store's so big, we can get quite a few of you in, but obviously we try and make sure that you stay at least 6 foot apart from each other. The showroom is fully air conditioned, which is excellent, so it's not sweltering hot in here. Although I do believe I'm going to ask them to turn the air conditioning down a little bit more, because it could be a little bit cooler, but it's a hell of a lot cooler than it is in the 34 degrees it is outside now. That's all for this weekend. We're still looking at more staff. I'm pleased to say we've taken on 2 more, one in the workshop and one in sales. We're looking for an extra person. So if you are that additional person, please look at our recruitment page. Drop me an email, martin@hamradio.co.uk or recruitment@hamradio.co.uk. Please come along and have a chat. We are very, very busy and we are recruiting. So if you're really, really good with customers, like looking after people, you are definitely of interest to us. Sales experience is necessary, but give us a call or drop an email to us. That's all for now. Thank you for tuning in. Look forward to seeing you next week. So until then, ta-da.